What's up guys, it's another episode on the Beachbody channel, and today I'm going to go over a topic that I think a lot of people who watch this channel, and fitness channels in general, really should know about. I'm surprised someone else hasn't done a video on it. I haven't yet checked that. I should probably research that before I put that in the video, but I could be wrong. But anyway, I've never seen a video on it, and today I'm doing a very special video. Today it's going to be something very close to my heart. It's something that I'm surprised I didn't do so many years ago, and something that I feel a lot of you guys can really benefit from the knowledge of. I'm going to try it out, and I'm going to give you some tips and my feedback on it, and you can decide for yourself if you want to take any information from it or if you want to try the whole damn thing yourself. And the thing that I'm talking about today is none other than Arnold's, the new encyclopedia of modern bodybuilding. Fully updated and revised. This book is my Bible. Am I allowed to say that? But anyway, this book is a godsend. I had this book for about 5-6 years now, and I don't know why I've really not read into it. I read a couple of chapters here and there when I was like 19, but I never really took anything from it except glancing over the diet and things like that. This book has so many sections in it, from anatomy charts to telling you not just the muscles that we train for bodybuilding, but the muscles behind those muscles, that train those muscles, that move those muscles and why they move. I said muscles too many times there and confused myself a little bit. But this book is amazing. And today, to get back in track, like I was saying a moment ago, I'm going to try out the advanced training program in this book, and I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to document how it makes me feel. I'm going to document how I feel afterwards, how I feel while I'm training, and basically how effective I think it actually is against modern bodybuilding techniques. So let's get into it. I'm going to get my pre-workout in, and let's head to the gym. Okay, so we're here in Silver's gym, and where better to train hardcore old school Arnold Schwarzenegger style than in the most old school gym I can think of in the Northwest, Silver's gym in Bury. First of all, according to the plan, 5 minutes on the treadmill. The reason for this is the best way to warm up is to make sure you have fresh blood in your system at all times, flowing through your muscles, making sure that all the toxins are out of your blood, and making sure that you're ready and warm and your tendons and your muscles are ready for a hardcore intense session with lots of volume and lots of intensity. I'm not going to film myself on the treadmill for 5 minutes because I'm not a nonce, so let's go.
5 minutes later.
Okay folks, so I'm straight up fucking terrified. The first exercise is a killer. Behind the neck shoulder presses. It's one set of 15 for a warm up. Pretty moderate weight, not too light, not bone crushingly heavy like the rest of them will be. 4 sets then after that of 10, 8, 8 and 6. Nice little warm-up exercise. Okay guys, so it's hella important with this exercise, as documented by Arnold himself in the encyclopedia, is when you're doing a shoulder press, when you come to the top naturally to then lower your weight. When you're lowering your weight, your hands want to be at a straight right angle degree. You want your hands facing in, like you do, like some people do with a squat, tucking in nicely. You don't want to be all flared out dead wide, like you do with a wide chin up. You want to make sure your hands are nice, your hands are just over shoulder width, and your forearms are straight. Okay? Nice one. Easy enough to understand? Sweet. Okay guys, so the next exercise on the plan is dumbbell side laterals. You can do them standing, you can do them seated. Arnold has both in his book. He has them seated, sat up straight, bring them to your sides, all the way out and up, just above the right angle. And he also has them standing. Now, interestingly enough, I found out that the method I had always used wasn't apparently the natural method that everybody uses. Most people do the standing side laterals from the side. If you do them from the front of your thighs, you get a much better contraction, much better rounded 3D delt. So I'm going to do seated today, but I will show you standing in another video if you haven't seen them already. So we're going to do 4 sets of 8 reps with a nice negative. I say nice, not be too harsh, but it's not just going to be like this, like everyone likes to do in JD Gym. If you're British, you'll get that. If you're not, look it up.
Next time. Next time.
I don't even know what the weights of these dumbbells are. They're so old school, they just say 2. There's like 10 different weights that say 2. I don't know what that means. If you know what that means, please let me know in the comments. I should know, I've been doing this long enough. Become too accustomed to those kind of gyms.
Next.
Okay, so you may notice in that set there, that I've just used the method, what Arnold calls the cheating method. So what that means is, when you're getting tired in your set, instead of being able to have a constant, smooth like butter motion of up and down, up and down, instead what's taking place there is I've got to like rep 5, rep 6, coming up, slow down, having a quick sec, and then swing a little bit forward, get back up again, slow down, have a quick sec, let it hang, and so on. You get the point. That enables you to get more reps out of your set without decreasing the weight, without decreasing the amount of reps you do, without decreasing the volume, without decreasing the intensity. You're still keeping that level of hypertrophy what you're going to get with your training. You're still getting just the same volume, just the same intensity, if not even more, because you're pushing more past your limit. It helps if you have a training partner as well, but even more past your limit, you get those few extra reps out, which your mind tells you wouldn't have got otherwise. Nice little method to put in your workout, guys, if you're not already. This beautiful piece of kit is the best shoulder press in this gym. Fantastic, and I'll tell you what, just tried it out. It's got quite a nice movement on there which allows for a natural movement of the shoulder like a dumbbell shoulder press, but obviously with a machine shoulder press you're going to be able to load a little bit more weight and control it a little bit better as well, which is the main difference between dumbbells and machines. While dumbbells will allow you to have a better range of movement, thus technically recruiting a few more muscle fibers, if you have a good mind to muscle connection and you do what Arnold states in the book and is well known to state, which is instead of focusing on moving the weight, focus on contracting the muscle, like biceps as mountains, like he says. Instead of doing that, if you focus on the contraction while being able to load more weight than a dumbbell, and also being able to focus on the up and down negative strict movement, then you can get quite a beneficial approach with the machine shoulder press. That being said, time to die.
Next time.
Once again, we're going to do 4 sets of 8 reps, making sure that we get 8 quality reps. It doesn't refer to 8 reps of pure shit form and just wobbling up and down. 8 quality reps. Towards the end, you're allowed a little bit of cheating, of course, if you absolutely have to. But make sure your reps are always quality. If I'm training with someone or I'm training someone, I don't count reps that are just total dog shit. I don't count bicep curls that are like this or like this. No, I don't count that shit unless it's intentional. Same with the shoulder press. Full movement up and down, full stretch, full contraction. If you notice, this shoulder press is quite unique in compared to most shoulder presses you'll find, especially in nowadays commercial gyms. Instead of having a normal standard bar where you're gripping it with your palm facing outwards, instead you'll have your handles facing mostly neutral, a little bit offset, and making sure that you're able to do that full range of movement, like I say, just like a dumbbell press. This machine isn't straight up and down. It doesn't hurt if your shoulder press is up and down. It's still a good quality shoulder press. But in terms of this shoulder press, I'm not saying it because I do quite like it. Wow, mad.
Next time.
Next exercise, dead simple, Arnold press. Good old fashioned Arnold press. You've never heard of it, you don't know what it's called, or you've heard it and not tried it, or you've heard it and tried it. If you have, then it's fucking brutal. 4 sets, 8 reps, let's go. Let's try and seated. All in all, Arnold press, pretty good. Got one more set left. I'm not feeling as much over in normal shoulder press. However, I do feel it's going to help me with my flexibility because I'm going to be training the muscles that are weak. I'm going to have my old rotator cuff injury really took a toll on my shoulders. I feel like it's going to help me with my rotation, it's going to help me with moving just in general, really. And of course, if you can get a strong Arnold press with the complex movements that are involved with it, using your front delt, your side delt, kind of your bicep, your stabilization takes a big hit. If you can strengthen that lift, you can strengthen the shoulder press. Shoulder press is going to strengthen your bench press. It's going to strengthen everything. Good lift. Good lift.
Next time.
Next on the list for shoulders now is rear delt flies, rear delt raises, same thing. Hit the rear delts. 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Again, pretty solid principle. It's pretty heavy, maintaining good form, maintaining good constant speed. Momentum, but not too much momentum. Just keep a nice solid stretch and contraction. And blood flowing into my muscles. That's what this is mainly about. This is quite different for me. If you watch my videos, you'll know that I do a lot of high intensity training like Mike Mentor and Dorian Yates. So to switch so drastically to an Arnold Schwarzenegger written approach with, yes, intensity, yes, weight, but some exercises I've not done for years, if ever, some of them, and also quite a high volume approach for a lot of the exercises. I'm used to doing 1 or 2 working sets really heavy to failure. I'm not used to doing 4 sets plus a warm up. It's quite interesting, and we get to see if I like it. With the rear delts, it's important that first and foremost, you make sure that your arms are following your rear delt pattern. So, as I stand now, if I'm doing a rear delt, whether it's on a machine, on a reverse pec deck, whether it's bent over, whether it's seated and leaning forward, your arms should be mainly, as much as you can, straight 180 degrees out from your body. They don't want to be flaring upwards like that, because that then brings your trapezius into it. You don't want to be too far back, because that's just going to work your lower back, your lats. So stretch out the front delt, which doesn't sound like a bad thing. When you try to train your rear delt, why train everything but your rear delt? So yeah, just be mindful of your form.
Next time.
Rear delts are part of a group of upper back muscles, including your trapezius, that really need to be trained and developed and grown thicker and denser to have a truly eye-catching upper back. Even if your goal isn't to compete, you walk around in summer in tank tops, or if you just walk into the supermarket and you've got a jumper on, sweater, whatever you want to call it. You want good traps, you want good rear delts, you want that V-shaped swoop where your upper back is strong, thick and dense. Rear delt flies, or laterals, whatever you want to call them, raises, really important part of your upper back training. I like to put my shoulders, anyway, put the shoulders on this plan, hence why we're training them today. Now you want to make sure on the next exercise, upright rows, you're hitting the right muscle group that you're intending to train. In this case, we're moving away from the side and front delts and moving more into the trapezius. We're going to do what's called an upright row. Sometimes you can do it with dumbbells, sometimes you can do it with barbell. In this case, just because of a shortage of barbells available while I'm filming this video, I'm going to use the cable machine. Very easy principle. A plus of using the cable as well is constant tension due to the center of gravity while the cable is pulling away from me. So let's hit it. 4 sets of 8 reps. Nice squeeze at the top. Just follow my form. By the way, a lot of the time while I'm filming these videos, I will get straight into it because I believe in training intense and having quite short breaks where I can. So if you do feel that you need me to go into more detail about the form, the way I perform each exercise and why, more than I already have in the video itself, just shoot me a message, Instagram, on the comment section below the video. I'm a really approachable guy, really nice. Honestly, you should hear how I speak to my guinea pigs. Really soft guy.
Next time.
Some people like to go all the way up to the chin. Some people come halfway. None is necessarily right. It depends on your flexibility, especially your shoulders, how pumped they might be, or the range of movement may be limited after training shoulders before it. But in my case, I just believe as long as you can feel the muscle contracting, you can feel it pumped, you're obviously training it. So for my example, I might do it a little bit different to some people, but I like to grip it and bring it just high enough that I can almost feel like I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together while holding the handle in place. That way I know that I'm squeezing my traps and I can really feel it afterwards, after the set. So I know I'm working them. A lot of the time you just need to feel. Everyone's built slightly differently mechanically. You don't need to copy what your training partner's doing. If it works for you, it works for you. If it works for him, it might not work for you.
Next time. Next time.
I'm doing the exercise now, which is cable one arm side raises. I know I've already done side raises, I did them with dumbbells, I did them seated, but there's a couple of differences, obviously, apart from the fact that I'm stood up this time. Like I said about the up-front row, a cable allows for constant tension from the top of the movement to the bottom of the movement due to gravity. And as well as, of course, using the cable, I can also concentrate on weight more as opposed to just the dumbbell. It doesn't make much sense when I say it out loud in my head, but it makes perfect sense. So this next part now is for arms, okay? We've done shoulders, we've done traps, which is basically shoulders anyway. And let's face it, arms is just always fun to train, especially with shoulders. It works really well in a shoulder workout because you're already localizing the blood flow through to your shoulders, which of course connects all the way through to your triceps and biceps. It's kind of obvious. So the next exercise is going to be a superset. You're going to notice this is a pattern. With arms, we do a lot of supersets, like I say, to localize blood flow. Even today in bodybuilding, one of the greatest trainers that you know I speak about quite often, Hani Rambod, he believes quite a lot in doing biceps and tricep movements together because it helps increase performance and increase growth and development. We're going to do a superset of a standing bicep curl and a lying skull crusher with the barbell just to make it easier. We don't have to get dumbbells and then move around the gym, etc. Being a little bit lazy, ironic. We're going to do 4 sets, 10, 8, 6, 4.
Next time.
You might notice I like to do my skull crushers, whether it's with a dumbbell or a barbell, with a little bit of an incline, usually a little bit higher than this with dumbbells because I can reach a better range of movement, being that I can go behind my head, through my head, so to speak, which I'd just knock myself out and probably kill myself, smash my skull. I go deep. So yeah, slight incline because I believe I can stretch my triceps even further just past my head than if it was flat. And obviously if it's too high, that's just uncomfortable and will do your shoulder some damage over time.
Next time.
And the same principle applies. Alternating bicep curls, straight to tricep extensions. And the same rule applies. Alternating bicep curls with dumbbells, and then straight into tricep press downs on the cable machine. This time 4 sets of 8 reps.
Next time.
You know it's a proper bodybuilding gym when you're doing tricep press downs and you cut your nose on the cable and still carry on. That's when you know you're hardcore. Blood and guts, literally.
Next time. Next time.
Gotta say, this workout really does give you a really good pump. I can see why it was the arm training session of champions. Jesus Christ. I've always been a big believer in not having a full session for your arms. You don't need it. The muscle group as small as your biceps and as concentrated as your triceps. You don't need so much volume, so many exercises, so much time spent on it, like a full session. This session with 3 supersets for biceps and triceps in line with a muscle group that works in synergy with the arms, the shoulders. That's enough. Do that once, twice, some people 3 times, I'd say twice a week. You're golden. I'm getting a really good pump off this. I don't know if you can see it in this lighting, but I'm getting a really good pump off this session. I'm enjoying it. I would really, really recommend it. I'm not sponsored, although I could be. Just hinting. Yeah. So at the end of the session now, calves. Always need to train calves. Got okay calves, but I need to make them a lot better. Got a weak point. So 4 sets, 15, 10, 8, 8. Dead simple. You know how we move now. Let's roll.
Next time.
That was hard. If you like the video though, if you have any tips or anything to add or any questions about what I've done, feel free to like the video, comment on it, any tips or suggestions or questions you have. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the Instagram, follow me on Instagram, all that shit. My brain's not working right now because there's absolutely no blood in there. It's all in my muscles. Thank you, Arnold. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Catch you later.